If you watch the news, you'd know that in the Supreme Court, they've ruled that a lower court judge is not allowed to do a universal injunction against the executive branch, that it has to be resolved in that district only, which is good news. I know a lot of you probably freaking out, going, "Oh no, this is against checks and balances." It's no, that's the check. The Supreme Court, which is the same branch as these judges, said no, you can't do that. So people need to get their heads out their butts and realize that it's not what you're being told all the time on the news. You got to do some reading, listen to other parts. Listen to both sides. Ignore the opinions. Listen to the facts, and make sure you get all the facts, because I know there's a lot of outlets out there that like to leave parts of the facts out, and then they use that to mislead you. So, a lot of this was on the topic of birthright citizenship. Is it able to be used for an illegal alien? Not a migrant. Migrants can use it. Not a legal alien. See, a migrant is someone who came here legally, and their children would be considered citizens because they were legal migrants. So that's one thing. Also, if one of your parents is a legal citizen, then yes, your child is also a citizen. That's a natural born citizen. Whether both their parents are citizens or one of them is, that's all that matters. But if neither one of you are citizens, then no, your child is not a citizen. They're going to go back with you, because otherwise people could just bring their kids here on vacation, pop one out and be like, "Oh, look, they're American." No, that's not how this is going to work. I'm glad that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of President Trump, and that we have some checks and balances going again. Now, I'll admit, he's written a shit ton of executive orders, but an executive order is given to the executive branch, and the executive branch acts that out, and it's done by the will of the people, because we voted for this. We wanted this. And now it has to go to Congress to make it permanent. That's all. Now, if Congress really thought Trump was overstepping power, Congress would have done something. We don't need some lower court judges stepping in for Congress. If Congress has a problem, let Congress say so. That's all I have to say.